Is there much, does Maynard discuss his lyrics, his themes with you in any way, or is it all kind of unspoken in terms of what a song is about?
We leave it up to him to pretty much write the words, but I mean he's always open and with us suggesting how he's interpreting that, and we have a bit of a dialogue that goes back and forth. But it's his baby, definitely the words are. He's the one that has to get up there and belt them out, so it needs to really be heartfelt with him.
But what effect did his, just to sidetrack for a little, his side project with A Perfect Circle, did that have any impact on Tool and what this album became?
I think it did somewhat at a point, just for the fact that there were a few months that went by when Maynard wasn't in the room with us working on it, so we didn't stop working, we kept going, so it's bound to have some sort of an effect. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. I mean, we were able maybe to try a few more possibilities of arrangements and things like that, since there wasn't another cook in the kitchen,
But we've always kind of treated that the music is just, has to hold up on its own, with the lyrics coming across, having the front man, then you have the band behind you, but at any time, you can feel like there's all those levels and layers there, and usually most of the time the lyrics come last. He can come up with melodies just as I come up with melodies, or Dan comes up with different drum beats, and they don't necessarily have to have words. There's that room for the experimentation to take place. So, it's just not, well, this is already dictated how it's going to go, and this is how many times I'm singing, or this is how many times you're playing the guitar. It's more like it's still kind of open, and then once you get that really strong arrangement. Because that's what I like about our stuff is, the stuff as instrumentals, I think, really holds up well.
That's something that's really noticeable about Tool. I mean, there isn't a face that stands out. The image of Tool is quite unique. It comes down to a blend of the videos. I mean, the videos are more intriguing than explanatory. We don't see a lot of faces of band members on album covers. The information's very sparse. How important is mystery to what Tool is?
I would say very important. I don't know, it's like we were saying, the things we grew up on, there was a lot of mystery there. Bands like Pink Floyd and stuff, you never saw interviews with them or anything, so it left a lot more up to your imagination, so you would create this thing in your mind, and it made you feel like you were more of a part of it because you had created it in your mind, because it wasn't all just laid out on a platter for you, and I think that's a real positive thing, It gives it a life of its own.
Especially, today's market, there's just, there's no mystery. There's absolutely no mystery, Everyone wants to know everything about everything and as fast as possible so I can get on the next thing. And, there's not much room for thinking when that goes on, and especially the kind of thinking that, you feel good about, that kind of, just leads you to, be inspired or not take things for granted.
A lot of your themes are really disturbingly dark, it seems to me. How do you rationalize the response to them? I mean, do you get some really weird fan mail? Does it ever disturb you, the kind of response that you get?
We encourage really weird fan mail. Absolutely. Send Polaroids, So people send us art and drawings and crazy letters and presents, and it's nice, and it just kind of reflects that that's what they're about too. They're trying to relate to you in that way, and it's awesome. Instead of just getting a letter that says, "You guys kick ass," "You guys are great. You're my favorite band. Love, Roy," or something. To actually, get something from the fan that's a fan giving something back. It's just really cool. and we've had some really interesting things come our way.
Anything you've had to turn over to the feds?
No, but there's a couple things that you watched on video and you went, that's the last time I'll be watching that.
Yeah.
Even at my age now, I'm still a little hostile about a few things, but it's good to. I think it's still therapeutic. There's plenty to be hostile about, but the trick is once again to scream your head off about it rather than doing something about it. I mean, there's always that argument in the entertainment industry about films, how some films are very hostile, and chicken and the egg theory. Do the hostile films spur kids to go out and do crazy things? My opinion, which is just my opinion, is that no, because it's being expressed on the screen. Some crazy, insane serial killer movie. We all have that in us. We all have some kind of crazy thing in us that we've denied. There's a shadow aspect to everybody. You've thought about some pretty dark stuff in your days, I'm sure. So the problem is when people oppress it in some way. So when you see some crazy movie like American Psycho, or read the book American Psycho, if you read it or see it on the screen, you can go, oh, I've wondered what that would be like, and now there's a movie and I can see and I can feel it, and now I don't have to go try it. It's been expressed. I think just 2,000 years of Western religion oppressing our emotions and trying to control our emotions and deny our intuitive, irrational side has resulted in gladiator mentality on a whole slew of slashing movies for the last 20 years. They had to come out somewhere. It was being oppressed and repressed. So I think it's good to be angry. I mean, I think angry music is good. It allows people to express that, especially in this day and age when people in high schools have completely lost faith in organized sports. None of the kids get out there on the field and rough it up anymore. They're off playing video games and working on the internet. They don't get out there and stretch their arms and really work some of that hormonal stuff out.
Do you feel your sense of humor is overlooked?
Oh yeah, unbelievably. People just think we're this dour, serious, dark band, and they just missed it. Swing and a miss. 3 strikes. Unbelievable. Because there's so much in our music that's just very tongue-in-cheek. But once again, it comes from that very Monty Python-esque, Bill Hicks, Kids in the Hall, early Steve Martin movie point of view, which most people don't. I guess they just don't get it.
People kind of hear the music and pretty much decide that there can't be anything funny about that. It's like a lot of reactions to the videos, oh, it's so dark, But that's kind of a very surface view of it, There's a lot of real beauty in there too.
Stinkfist was voted number 2 on the Triple J Hottest 100, which was a huge radio listeners poll in Australia. It struck me as I don't know whether amusing is the word, that this song had high rotation airplay, and it's a song whose central metaphor is anal penetration. Do you get a certain satisfaction out of being subversive for its own sake in that way?
Yeah, there's more to that. I probably shouldn't say because you guys will pull the song off the air. One of the stations here, I think it might have been MTV or K-Rock or somebody, they blurred out finger deep, knuckle deep, and elbow deep. They kind of blurred that part of the song out, but they left in shoulder deep because it was inconceivable. They changed the name of the song from Stinkfist to track number 1, blurred out all that stuff, but what they didn't realize is that in the breakdown, in Portuguese, I say, suck my dick. But you don't hear that part, it's in there.
Hence my question, being subversive for its own sake is good enough for you?
Uh-huh. Yeah. We haven't done anything like that on this record though, which is, you know, probably just a timing issue, but just kind of inserting a few things, so to speak, here and there.
It is a recurring motif, though, I must say, in Tool records, anal penetration. What is it that attracts you to the image?
I think there's that. It's almost like the whole motif of the entire Tool music in general, is that if you just relax and give in and listen, I think you really enjoy yourself. I think that Tool in general has kind of carved out a nice little niche for itself, in that having come out of that generation of bands, alternative rock or heavy rock bands like Soundgarden, Nirvana, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Tool, that whole wave of music kind of set up a new standard in terms of independence and not necessarily listening to what, you know, radio or the record company or the executives or MTV, for that matter, had to say about what you're supposed to do with music. I think a lot of them really kind of broke down the boundaries. You don't have to have, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, goodbye. You ended up really, they kind of explored new areas, and you don't necessarily have to have a record every 10 months. You know, it's, you know, you can actually explore a little bit. So I think it just kind of, because we're that kind of person, that where we really like to explore different aspects of what, you know, they say you're supposed to do it this way, and we've gone, well, why? You know, let's do it a different way. You know, we're not in our videos and whatnot. So I think one of the good things that came out of Perfect Circle was that I was allowed to, by my fans, I was allowed to go out and do something outside of the band that everybody relates to having been just, you know, you're only allowed to be in this thing. You're not allowed to do anything else. We see you as being, you know, this. You are Smashing Pumpkins. That's all you're allowed to be. Or, you know, you're Pink Floyd. That's all you're allowed to be. And I think that in that we've, us as individuals, one of the individuals in Tool then went out and showed you also, we don't necessarily have to always be Tool either. We can explore beyond that, and it's actually a whole separate audience in and of itself with a huge crossover, but it has a life of its own. It's a whole separate thing. So that's another thing that in a way Tool has brought you, and actually has brought other bands another solution. Yeah, yes, you can go outside of your little circle that got you there and explore and take a risk.
Justin, how did you feel when A Perfect Circle went? Did you kind of feel like, like, was there a glimmer of doubt in your mind that Tool were going to get back and do it again?
Not really. I mean, like, a couple of moments of insecurity, I think, were only natural. But we were all in close contact and communication about everything, and we'd definitely done like a substantial amount of work already on the new Tool stuff. And personally, I totally could understand, you know, Maynard wanting to pursue another thing creatively in the meantime. I think, yeah, I don't think I ever worried that it was going to be over. I was just eager to get on with it, you know. So we had to let him do his thing, and then patiently kind of craft away at what we were doing. And it was pretty useful for us. I mean, the three of us kind of explored a lot of areas that we might not have had the time to go to, you know. And then by the time, you know, the Perfect Circle tour was over, we were all gung-ho to get back into it. And